White and light blue on the third horse, and Dean Taylor's yellow and brown on the last four. There's some ammunition that's been out of those barns over the years. The first quarter 32.4 and out near the 1,000 metre mark. It's on the Rantan by a length and a half. Pacing Major runs second, Whitaker third, there's no change. And Scotland Beach, a son of some beach somewhere, making his race debut tonight. His last of the four runners, and they pace to the 850 metre mark now. This a Breeders' Crown heat for the 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. And on the Rantan, leads a length and a half. Pacing Major's going to try and sniper the leader somewhere in the last quarter, you'd imagine. Whitaker's come away from the inside now to go up to almost the wheel of the leader. And Scotland Beach is going to follow up. One off the pegs. No, went back in again. Second quarter 32.8, 65.2 for the half. Comfortable on the Rantan. Comes off the back. Speeds increase. Margins a length. Whitaker second, waiting for the Terror to Love at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Scotland Beach, Pacing Major's come out to the leader's wheel, and on the Rantan has made Pacing Major go back in from Whitaker. On the Rantan, third quarter 28.7. Pacing Major comes out for a look again. 2 lengths away is Whitaker. It's on the Rantan, leading half a length. Pacing Major's got him right in his sights from Whitaker. New leader, Pacing Major, went on by with 75 to go. On the Rantan, Whitaker, there won't be much in it for the Miners, but Pacing Major too good. Beat Whitaker, still green, but wound up really well in the last bit. On the Rantan third, and Scotland Beach not far away, back at the tail end. 2-3.
Yeah, Pacing Major bolted in. A little bit of a concern there between the 8 and the 600. Had to pop off the fence, but just came down to nothing. Just miles better than them. Whitaker, huge run getting up for second in the Courage Under Fire colours. On the Rantan, on the whole, one would say disappointing. I would suggest his Breeders' Crown campaign may be over after that. Heading back to you, Rozzo. Thanks for letting us interrupt you. This is my last race with you for the night. 5th on the card coming up. Back to the preview, my friend. And I won't be talking to you after this, so have a good night's cooling and a good night's racing there at Wanganui.
Thank you, Michael. And you did ask about the Trainers' Premiership, so just before you go there, John McInerney got 1 at Addington today. He's had 1 tonight, so he's on 585. Well clear, of course. He's had 5,700 and something starters. Lisa Ahern's had 1,860 odd starters, and so far with 3 tonight, she's on 382. Matt Roberts on 278, and Jean and Dave Fahey 236 in 4th spot. They have a very good strike rate, 0.4350. Pretty good strike rate too, the Ahern team, for the size of them, 0.3357. Queen of the strike rate, of course, Karen Walsh, with 114 wins and a UDR of 0.5069. Just recapping here, 2, 4, 3 and 9. Thrilling Cassie needs to lead. Ready-made Size, well, this time in, probably her best run. First up when beaten in nose by Sheer Miss, who then went on and won again the following week. Ready-made Size hasn't. Looked a bit lost at Manawa 2. 4th last week after jumping last, and was wide around a faller at the first bend. And then 3rd on Monday at Manawa 2 was a better run over there. That was behind Docker and Thrilling Cassie. The 3-dog Another Habit was 2 2.25 lengths off Thrilling Cassie last week, when a pretty solid 3rd behind her in Corborn Clover, and he's at longish odds, so he's certainly backable for a place. Fixed odds place of 375. Lonesome Nitro's only won once since the Wanganui Cup last year. Of course, the Wanganui Cup's coming up soon. Lady Xena won on Monday a sprint. Has got an good early opening sectional here over the 520 as a rule. Wee bit of money at longer odds too, I see, for a Power Extreme. To the boxes, Laser Plumbing, Class 3 race, 520 metres, Class 2 off the ballot, Charlie Bobo into the 1. Another Habit, a Power Extreme and Lady Xena join him for the first line. Second line, Thrilling Cassie, Ready-Made Size, the 2 favourites, Lonesome Nitro and Autumn Lights. We're lined and ready, the green light's on, and Ray Udy rolls the lure, set to run. Racing, Ready-Made Size out the midfield. Thrilling Cassie drives to the lead, although alongside is Lady Xena and Charlie Bobo trying to hold up the inside. Doesn't. Scatters 1 or 2 and Ready-Made Size gets a run through. We're going to go back to the top. Lady Xena in front. Thrilling Cassie goes the inside. Oh, it goes down. Thrilling Cassie's fallen. Ready-Made Size gets through the inside, takes the lead from Lady Xena. Charlie Bobo the outside, getting through along the inside. Then Lonesome Nitro, bit of a danger. The others have been scattered. The 5, the 3, the 8, they're trying to run on. And poor old Thrilling Cassie out the back. Ready-Made Size runs away and scores easily from Lonesome Nitro 3rd. Lady Xena or Charlie Bobo, and there's very little in that. Followed across by Another Habit. Back in the race then, Autumn Lights, a Power Extreme, and the fall of Thrilling Cassie. Pleased to say She's on her feet and she's galloping and she's going to join them at the lure. And they've run 30 and 57. Ready-made size, the 4, has taken out an action-packed race. And sorry for not calling all the dogs there at some stage. I certainly mentioned their numbers, but with what was going on up front, I just had to keep going back there. Ready-made size was in trouble again early, getting crushed. Lady Zena shared up the speed with Thrilling Cassie. Lady Zena crossed Cassie, then Cassie went to go the inside and the back straight. The gap obviously closed, and she went down quite spectacularly, and that allowed Ready-made size through under the trouble that Charlie Bobo caused a bit of that round the first bend, and Lonesome Nitro snuck into a handyish position as well. 4, 6, 9 and 7. So the 9 has got third. Charlie Bobo just over Lady Zena. 7 lengths by 2 1/4 by a nose. 5:09 the lead up. Can't give you much else other than that. Ready-made size by Elite and Classy out of Queenie Size. El Antonio is the owner, and Lisa Ahern gets her 4th win tonight. Win 5 for the dog at start 17. We're 6 minutes out from Alexandra Park. We're going up there for the first of 8 there very shortly on meeting code 5. Michael, I can throw back to you for the final time. We're 4 minutes away from 6 o'clock here. Action-packed race. Another win, though, for Lisa Ahern. And we go forward to the 6th on the card, the Aon CPF Class 2 Sprint, 7 and 10 out. And we're underway with that at 20 after 6. Enjoy your night.
Thanks, Rozzo. Mate, enjoy the rest of the night there, and hopefully you can tip us some winners here on Trackside 1. We're off to Alexandra Park very shortly. This is me done for the day. What we're going to do is base all the show round from the track. So later on, Singapore kicks in, but for now we're going to have Craig Thompson at Alexandra Park, Greg at Addington, and of course, Rozzo at Wanganui. It's a thing nice to be part of your Friday afternoon. If you're just finishing work and joining us for the day, hope you have a good luck night on the punt. First call kicks off tomorrow morning. As we rejoin Craig Thompson, got a horse to ask you about, big fella, before we kick into the first on the card. Interesting debutant tonight, race 4 at Alexandra Park. Couldn't find the video on hrnz.co.nz, but I know you have your sources. What can you tell me as I leave you about Rory McIlroy tonight?
Plays golf pretty well, Michael, but the horse goes pretty well as well. Actually made my top 3. Yeah, real nice debut. Only a 2-year-old, a little bit green, but possesses a little bit of ability, and understand has been a bit of a mover during the day, Michael. So to answer your question, nice horse, one to follow out of tonight, and with the right sort of run, would go pretty close. Rory McIlroy, not the golfer, but the horse, going round in race number 4 at Alexandra Park tonight. It is Wish for Fish charity race night here at Alexandra Park. Just note that Simon Lawson will wear the Wish for Fish colours in race number 1 aboard number 12 Raka Razor. Ready-made size at Wanganui, race number 5, 291.40. Lonesome Nitro $2 and Charlie Bobo $2.40. Quinella 4 and 6 $11.20. Trifecta 4, 6, 9 $131.50. And the first 4 on 4, 6, 9 and 7 $640.50. Quaddy tonight 5, 7, 1 and 4 has paid $145.40. That result confirmed meeting 9 race number 5. First race tonight, like the bottom 2 horses in the book here, Raka Razor, Mr. Euroman. Raka Razor's been in great form. Mr. Euroman can't buy a draw. Gets second row, barrier 1 again after drawing the same draw last week. Gee was good behind Bronze Over, that horse on screen. Ran home in 55.8, last quarter in 27.7. Got beaten again. He just can't get a front row drew, this horse, and he will be very competitive tonight. And saying that, I thought 12 Raka Razor was around about $5 fixed odds, into $4.50 at the moment. This filly, last 2 starts have been really good behind Bonnie's Khaleesi, who's in great form. Last week in a 156, 157 mile behind Whitecliff Chapel, burnt off the gate, did plenty and stuck on well. She's the only Class 2 in a Class 1 field. 12 Raka Razor, 12 and 10. Other chances here. 7 Trilogy, disappointed last week, but may have needed the run. Stay with it. 5 Perfect Storm and 3 Formula 1. Formula 1's trainer is Robert Dunn. I caught up with him earlier in the night. Robert, thanks for your time tonight. Formula 1, well, he took 17 starts to break through. His next 5 have been really good, and I think that next up win's not far away.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Craig. Brett Mangus thought better off a trail, and we might just try and do it tonight. He's good in front too, but he ran home 56 and was beaten by 2 good horses last week. Should have only won that race, but he went good again, and he's training terrific. He's putting on weight all the time, which is surprising. He's had a few runs now, and he'll definitely win another couple pretty quickly.
He's got a nice draw, Robert. We've seen his gate speed, tactics, possibly go forward again.
Yeah, either lead or take a trail. If there's a leader in there that's going to stay there, it'd be good. Otherwise, he can stay in front because we know he's good at it. And I wasn't disappointed with last week's run. He just was out sprinted by 2 good horses. And so either way.
They've had a wonderful season, Robert Dunn, his team at the moment, chasing down the Purden Rasmussen team for the Trainers' Premiership. They've got runners in tonight on races 1, 2 and 3 in Formula 1, a good winning chance. Just for those later that are taking a quaddie tonight, he said Chainsaw, very good chance in race number 3 tonight. First start for the stable. So if you're taking a quaddie tonight on races 2, 3, 4 and 5, make sure you have Chainsaw in race number 3 tonight. Expecting a big run first up for the stable. For me, it's 12, 10, 5 and 7. Aaron's numbers in the first. He's 5, 10, 4 and 2. Aaron, as I come to you, very good evening to you. Back from Cambridge Raceway tonight. We're going back-to-back in the Northern Harness meetings. 8 races here at the park tonight. Good field, the first. You're with Perfect Storm.
Yeah, I'm going to go the way of Perfect Storm. Nice win over Mr. Euroman back on the 1st of July, and then backed it up with a tidy second in behind Red October. That was a week later, 3 weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago. Perfect Storm on top for me. The Son of American Ideal, 1 of 3 in the race for trainer Ray Green. We'll put in the 10, Mr. Euroman. He's knocking on the door for another success. He's been there or thereabouts in his last half a dozen to 10 starts. Tony Herlihy, the 4, Urban Tiger. He'll make the step up to this company. No problems with that. Todd McFarlane to do the driving tonight. And Raka Razor's been doing a good job since moving north to here. Simon Lawson to do the driving, as you mentioned, in those Wish for Fish colours. We've got plenty of guests on track tonight too for the Wish for Fish charity fundraiser here tonight at Alexandra Park. A couple of late scratchings, Craig. Race 7, number 4, Speak Up, comes out. There will still be 3 tote place dividends available there in the 7th with that late scratching. Race 8, number 5, Broforks S, has also become a late scratching on tonight's program. We already had 2 scratchings out of the last, so no third dividend available in the last tote-wise, but of course you can bet, top 3 with the final field fixed odds.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I understand there might be a bit of farrier work needed in race number 1, so we might have a slight delay. Of course, Addington on the back of us, so if you're betting into the next at Addington, bet early. I think the farrier work will be on Trilogy. Also tonight, of course, Turbo Pick 6 starts 8:30 tonight. Remember, Pick 6 starts 3 at Auckland, 3 at Addington tonight. 8:34 the first league, $50,000 terminates tonight at Alexandra Park. Should be a good night here tonight. A couple of nice debut runners looking out for them later on in the night. We talked about Rory McIlroy going around in race number 4. Obviously, the McGowan trotter in the last, Inky Road. That field's now down to a field of 6 with 3 scratchings. Disappointing for the club. The last, Inky Rowe, I think, was 160 into 150 at the moment on the fixed odds. So pretty short for a debut trotter. For me, she'll either win or you'll have to take the field in the last, because that is a very tricky leg of Pick 6. I know Greg's done a 3-leg suggested one, and I've done 3 legs as well, and we'll highlight that just prior to race number 6 here at Alexandra Park, the first leg of that Turbo Pick 6. 8:34 starts at the Woodland Stud handicap pace. Of course, 2 non-totes at Addington tonight. First of them taken out impressively by Party On, and the stablemate Pacing Major took out the second of them. They're only 7 minutes out from the next. It's the start of the Junior Drivers Championship. Of course, the boys from the north and girls take on the South Island in the first of the 3 races there at Addington tonight. It is race number 4. Of course, Brad Williamson will captain the South and Kyle Marshall will captain the North. 6 in each. And of course, favourite in the first of the Junior Drivers event is runner number 4, Royal Kenny. Nathan drives. Andre Patama, fresh off a win in the Junior Drivers race last night, the last race at Cambridge Raceway tonight. Last night, of course, taken out by Everlasting Grace, who will back up here tonight at Alexandra Park. So that race, with the delay here, is only 6 minutes out. And this race here at Alexandra Park is going to take around about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So not much time to bet into race number 4. I'm not sure if Greg's there and he might want to have a quick update on the junior. No, Greg's not there, so we'll give you those odds here. Royal Kenny 340 is the favourite. John Sebastian with Craig Ferguson, massive at Ashburton last Sunday. Gee, it was good behind Mata Toki, who's a real progressive 3-year-old. So definite chance, John Sebastian. Brad's Kenny. And of course, the other one in the market was Stevie Gold.
Paul approaching $9,000. The first of 8 about to swing into the lane. 2 1/4 laps under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park for the Auckland Trotting Club. Just 2 meetings left in the season here at Northern Headquarters, and they're underway in the opener. First away, Lincoln's Keepsake. Urban Tigers looking to come forward with Formula 1, and they're followed then by Perfect Storm. Back on the inside, Mr. Euroman, then Raka Razor. Back in the field was Awesome Dude to settle second last, and Trilogy's been taken back to the rear from its wide draw. So taking over Formula 1, but here's Urban Tiger knocking on the door, and Perfect Storm on the back of Urban Tiger may have a look for the lead as well. Then Mr. Euroman. Lincoln's Keepsake back on the inside. 2 lengths Raka Razor, 5 lengths Awesome Dude, and Trilogy through the back. The early burn is good here as Perfect Storm now wants to take over. Urban Tiger wanted to race, but Perfect Storm and Zach Butcher, 41 and 4 was the lead up time. 3 back Formula 1, that leaves the race favourite Mr. Euroman now without cover in 4th. Back on the inside, Lincoln's Keepsake as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Then came Raka Razor in the Wish for Fish charity colours. Back 3rd last. 2nd last is Trilogy and Scotty Phelan. Awesome Dude is the last. Perfect Storm works to the lane with 12.50 left to go over Urban Tiger. The Iceman up on the outside with Mr. Euroman sitting out parked around Formula 1. The opening quarter 31.5. 1-1 Raka Razor back on the inside. Lincoln's Keepsake. They're followed by Trilogy and Awesome Dude. He is back last in the first Flex Cables pace. They've got a circuit left to go, and the Perfect Storm, the son of American Ideal, just trying to button the speed off just a tad from on the inside. Urban Tiger, Mr. Euroman inching closer on the outside, not putting any pressure at all into the lead though. Formula 1 and Raka Razor the next pair. Back on the inside, Lincoln's Keepsake. Trilogy seems to be travelling well second last. Awesome Dude the last 32 and 4 the second quarter, so he did get a cheap one there. Perfect Storm leads a length to its wheel, Mr. Euroman. Urban Tiger will wait the passing lane. Raka Razor's had a beautiful trip in transit 1-1. Then Formula 1 on the inside of Trilogy, and the stablemates to the leader. They're back second last and last. Lincoln's Keepsake and Awesome Dude respectively as they come off the back. 4.50 to go. Perfect Storm narrowly now over Mr. Euroman, who does pressure. The back straight quarter 29.4. Urban Tiger. Raka Razor comes out of the 1-1. Then Trilogy, Formula 1. Homeward bound Perfect Storm, Mr. Euroman. Raka Razor around them. Urban Tiger looking to get under them now on the passing lane, and then Trilogy. Perfect Storm with up on the outside Mr. Euroman. Then Urban Tiger. Mr. Euroman takes a slender advantage from Perfect Storm. Raka Razor, Urban Tiger, Mr. Euroman, and the Iceman gets the first. Perfect Storm second. Raka Razor third. Photo fourth. Urban Tiger and Trilogy very tight. They're wide apart. They were followed by Formula 1, Awesome Dude, and back with that was Lincoln's Keepsake. Good time this time of year. 2:41.9, 56.5, 27.1 was the last 400 metres. Well-deserved victory for Mr. Euroman this evening, the son of Art Major for the Racks. Tony Hurley, the trainer and driver, had to do all the work sitting out park. They burnt out the lead time in 41.4. Perfect Storm will be second. Raka Razor third. Trilogy will just get up 4 or fourth, I'd say, in front of Urban Tiger, who looks to put his head on the side there right on the line, which may have cost him a fourth.
Official placings, race 1, the first flex cables, mobile pace. 10, 5, 12, 7, 4, 3. 10, 5, 12, 7, 4, 3. Horse 10, Mr. Euroman, paced the 2200 metres in 241.94. Mile rate of 158.46. Last 856.5 and the 427.1. The margins 1.5 lengths, a long neck, 3/4 of a length. 10, 5, 12, 7, 4, 3. Race 1, first flex cables, mobile pace.
First call of the night from Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of Mr. Euroman. Bred by owners Glad and Mrs. S.L. Rack, Art Major, Little Big Sister, 3-year-old Bay Gelding, Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura, the Mitavite Black Bike back into the victory circle here at Alexandra Park. Tony also the Woodland Stud-sponsored Rainsman. David Turner, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club down there, part of the victory celebrations. 5 Perfect Storm, American Ideal Saturation, 3-year-old Bay Gelding for second, raced by Lincoln Farms Limited, C. Camilleri and K. Pratt. Ray Green trained at Pukekohe and Zach Butcher and 12 Raka Razor third. Rock and Roll Hanover Brown, 3-year-old filly out of Raka Rach for BJ Fahey. Gareth Dixon trained at Pookie and Simon Lawson. Totalisators in the opener. Number 10, Mr. Euroman, 350 the win, 140 the place, 350, 140. 5 Perfect Storm, $1.60, 160, and 12 Raka Razor, $1.70, 170. Quinella, $5 even, 5 even. Trifecta, $37.90, $37.90. And the first 4 at $95, $95 even. United Gaming Limited Handicap Trot, 2,200 metres to open the first treble as race 2. 4 Young Stranger is the defection, field of 12 for the second time to go in around 16 minutes time at 6:29.
Tui Nova, Royal Kenny, Lovestruck Romeo, Jean Sebastian, I'm Not Air. Peak Exhibition in conjunction with Macmillan Equine Feed, sponsors of the 2016 New Zealand Junior Drivers Championship Heat number 1. Macmillan, the principal supporters of the series, and Peak Exhibition naming right sponsors for the first heat. Now Jean Sebastian turns in. Lovestruck Romeo, Royal Kenny, Tui Nova. Dusky Air comes up. Sarah Palin. 10 metre runners are Dusky Air, the Silver Fox and Brad's Kenny. Tui Nova. Assistance of Dennis down there at the start. Lines up. Yankee Commando, Sarah Palin. Westie boys now have room. And the 2016 New Zealand Junior Drivers Championships are underway. I'm Not Air was a little slow from an inside draw. Sarah Palin, as per the normal, away fast. Tui Nova's actually got her for speed though, and with the 8 of the inside, Tui Nova first to the pegs. Royal Kenny's gone for a gallop. Into third goes Yankee Commando, and racing fourth, Lovestruck Romeo from Dusky Air, sneaking right up the inside. There's not much room there. Lovestruck Romeo went into a gallop. Westie boys had to try and swing wide to get around it. Did a good job not to gallop. John Sebastian did too. The Silver Fox went through a hole with not much room in it and managed to get past. Dusky Air galloped when it went through the middle, just before it went through the middle. From Brad's Kenny, about 5 lengths to I'm Not Air galloping. Then Royal Kenny getting by it, and the other 2, Dusky Air and Lovestruck Romeo. It's game over for them. Rightio, those still in contention are Sarah Palin with Jack McKinnon. Tui Nova for Katie Cox second, and 2 lengths to Yankee Commando and Brad Williamson. Another 2 lengths to Westie Boys for Jessica Young, and 2 lengths John Sebastian and Craig Ferguson. Way from the inside, Brad's Kenny and Stevie Golding. Next to the markers is the Silver Fox for Dylan Ferguson, and 1.5 lengths Royal Kenny and Andre Patama. And tailed out of I'm Not Air, Dusky Air and Lovestruck Romeo. 1650 metres to go. And Sarah Palin leads in a neck on Yankee Commando, keen to take the lead off her. And she's usually keen to hand Sarah Palin and trail, and looks like she might tonight too. Tui Nova third, underneath of John Sebastian from Brad's Kenny Westie Boys. Then Royal Kenny, who did have to chase to catch the pack, but she did tack on. Underneath her is the Silver Fox, and tailed off I'm Not Air. Dusky Air, and also Love Struck Romeo. 1:23.2 the lead time, and the first heat of the Peak Exhibition in conjunction with Macmillan Equine Feeds Junior Drivers Championship, led by Yankee Commando. Margins a length and a half. Sarah Palin. All Royal Kenny was about to go to the chair, galloped at the winning post, and she'll go back to at least last of the pack, if not a little further. So John Sebastian parked again in front of Brad's Kenny. 2 3 back the inside from the Silver Fox Westie boys. 8 lengths to Royal Kenny and tailed off I'm Not Air, Dusky Air and Love Struck Romeo. 31-1 the first quarter. Yankee Commando, 8:50 to go, leads at a neck. John Sebastian parked alongside. Sarah Palin trails third. Fourth is Brad's Kenny. Fifth to Inova the inside. Ahead away next is the Silver Fox from Royal Kenny, now inside of Westie boys. The other simply too far away. 650 metres left to go. Second quarter in 31.5, a half of 62.6, and Yankee Commando has it ahead. John Sebastian waiting for the Terror to Love It. Pineleaf Farm passing lane is Sarah Palin. A neck away fourth is Brad's Kenny from Tuinova, the Silver Fox, Westie boys and Royal Kenny. 400 to go. Yankee Commando travels okay ahead. John Sebastian yet to be called upon. Sarah Palin waits on this Terror to Love lane. Brad's Kenny not coming out of the 1-1 yet, in front of the Silver Fox, who's easing off the wheel of the stablemate. So Brad's goes now, and then Tuinova. Third quarter 31.1. Yankee Commando ahead. John Sebastian. Brad's Kenny's out wide. John Sebastian new leader. Brad's Kenny's ahead away. John Sebastian just in front of Brad's Kenny, who galloped, and John Sebastian won it. John Sebastian's beaten Brad's Kenny, who's locked wheels with the Silver Fox across the line. Yankee Commando not far away. Then Westie boys next in Sarah Palin, Tuinova, Royal Kenny. Here comes I'm Not Air, Dusky Air and Love Struck Romeo. Well, that had something for everyone. And if you're a fan of the French, a winner as well. Number 2, John Sebastian, rewarded with consistency. Craig Ferguson and Carl Markham. And Stacey Markham, Carl Markham, they raced the winner. Along with other part owner being John Moore. We had gallopers aplenty, horses getting through needle eye openings early. Last quarter, 28.5 to 2.1 for the last mile. And John Sebastian, I'm prepared to say, was going to beat Brad's Kenny anyway. Was holding the horse who was driving at it despite the gallop. I reckon it still wins John Sebastian if Brad's Kenny doesn't gallop, as we head to Rosso for race 6 at Wanganui.
Thank you, Mark. Mark McNamara there at Eddington Raceway. And we'll have details on that race very shortly, result, and of course details into what will happen to there with the galloper. Very open race this, isn't it? $4.20 for the fixed odds favourite, and that's Allegro Lash. She's just been eased out from $4. Went 2, 3, 8 and 9 here with no real conviction. So many ifs, buts and maybes here. And the tote favourite at the moment is this dog, the 5, Kyla Rose, who won a Class 1 last start off box number 6 and clocked a 17.80. That's been her best in 3 wins from 18 starts. Left her out, but it wouldn't be a surprise. Wouldn't surprise me, really. If anything won this, the only dog in double figures is the one dog, that's Kapai. Had box 1 here a fortnight ago and just got squeezed down onto the rail after being 5th away. Went with 2, Allegro Will Go. She's very tricky to catch. She did win 4 starts back, beat If It Fits in a 17.78 off box 5. She's been pretty good close in as a rule. Last week she was in the midfield and she was kept wide from box 8. So closer in today. Went with Allegro Will Go, as I say, with no great deal of confidence. Next door to her is Allegro Lass, who's the fixed odds favourite. She's been very consistent in a brief career to date. Done very little wrong. Had a couple of box 8s of late. Was beaten by Electric DI. Bombed right by that dog right on the line. She had to work quite hard to get to the lead. Got a wee clip from behind as well. Electric DI's won 3 from 5. So forming around that okay. Prior to that, had beaten Raging Demon in a 17.81 here. So Allegro Lass certainly with plenty of upside. Stepping into Class 2. And an open Class 2 at that. The 80 Power Maff has a good sprint record here and has been racing pretty solidly over the 520 metres, so she's a shot. And never quite sure what to do with the 9 Brilliant Ashley from a wide draw, because she's not the best beginner. She's not great from out wide, but she's the fastest dog in the race. Now 2, John Sebastian, $3.60 and $1.70. 10, the Silver Fox, got up for second at $1.80, so that's okay, with Brad's Kenny galloping and End up, I was going to say, going to be lapped on, but the Silver Fox got ahead of Brad's Kenny, so it's all good. $1.80 for it. Quinella 10.10, Trifecta 88.80, 2.10, 11 and 6 first four, $791.60. Loading away here, race number 6, on CPF Class 2 Sprint, Kapai, Allegro Lass, Kyla Rose. Brilliant Ashley, the 9 into the 7. Allegro will go, Crystal McBell, Kapai, Lana Opawa, Math. And we're ready. And we're racing. Allegro Lass was slow to go. Kapai got out well from Allegro All Go, and right beside them there was Kyla Rose, right around the outside of Power Math looking dangerous. And they'd be followed. Allegro Lass has got to 4th now. Back and behind them too, Kyla Rose has got back with Crystal McBell, Kapai, Lana and Brilliant Ashley on the corner. In front is Kapai, the outsider, holding Allegro All Go tight. Kapai on the outside, or Allegro All Go the inside. Power Math was 3rd. Followed back and behind those runners in by Allegro Lass, Crystal McBell, Kyla Rose, Brilliant Ashley, and towards the back, Kapai Lana. I was going to call Kapai the winner, and I might have even called it Kapai Lana halfway down, which doesn't help. Allegro Go has lunged at it the inside, and there wasn't much in it. Rank outsider in front. Allegro will go lunges late. No Power Math, who I thought was getting into a winning position, will be 3rd, and Allegro Lass will be 4th. Did favour the outside visually, but it was a late lunge there from Allegro Will Go. Kapai may have upset them for Wendy Kite, or Allegro Will Go has got up for Gary Fredrickson. A Power Math 3rd we know, and Allegro Lass was held up at a crucial time around that first bend, has been 4th. 17.91, and 1 gets the call. 1, 2, 8 and 3. Kapai for Wendy Kite, the winner of race 6. Kapai up front, Kapai Lana at the back. I think that's all the details we need for now. Needless to say, it was a nose. 1st and 2nd, and a half a length back to 3rd. Race number 7, back with the first leg of place 6, first leg of a double end treble at a start time of 6:52, which might be slightly later than some publications indicate. Off to Alexandra Park, race number 2 on the card here. Craig Thompson for a handicap trot where you are around the 5, Lucky Fortune, last start winner, and trotters in form a good thing, and you're thinking Lucky Fortune can go back to back here. Good evening.
Yeah, lovely to join you, Mark. A very good evening to you. Most impressive Lucky Fortune here at the park in the hands of Todd Mitchell when Andrew and Lynn Neal were away. Won by 8 lengths, Mark, and does go back 10 metres, but there's only 3 horses off the front, so trotters in form are worth following. I think it's going to be very hard to beat here. Runner number 5, Lucky Fortune, $250 on the book and $260 on the tote. Kapai has paid $14.40 and $3.10 at Wanganui race number 6. Allegro All Go $150. Opawa Math $2.10. Quinella's $30.90. Trifecta 1, 2 and 8 $350.50. And the first 4 on 1, 2, 8 and 3 $1,403.70. The double on 4 and 1 $123.90. That's a big double. The concession 4 and 2 $5.30. The treble on 1, 4 and 1 has actually played less than the double at $101. 17.9 the winner's time for the last at the Dogs. Bernie Hackett and Michelle Wallace, they've got 2 runners tonight in the trot. Earlier in the night, I caught up with Bernie to talk about his team. Bernie, thanks for your time tonight. Gee, the team are going well. Good numbers in tonight. Let's start with the trot in race number 2. Highland Star, very good run last week.
Yeah, he's just keeps surprising us all the time. You know, he's just finding another gear and racing really, really good. Sean's getting on good with him, so yeah, real happy.
Stablemate very persuasive off the back mark, not easy over the shorter trip. Again, a speedy mare though with the right run, should be competitive here.
Oh, she should be competitive. Jackson Christchurch and the junior drivers champ, so Morris is stepping in tonight, and she's working good enough, and just she's so honest too, you know.
Of the 2, both each way chances with the right run.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And both double figure odds too, with very persuasive at $18, and the stablemate Highland Star last start placing $12. So the Wallace Hackett team, they had a winner last night with Gin in the maiden to C1 trot. I think they might have won the non-tote as well. So team going really well, and as I mentioned on numerous occasions, it's very rarely there's a night goes past at Alexandra Park and one of the 3 trots that they don't get the money. For me, I put Lucky Fortune on top. Thought the danger may be 3 Hot Chocolate Tart. Gee, she's racing well. She's off the front. It's only 2,200 metres. Second last start behind Temporale. Looks good form here. And she's at 860 and 170. Hot Chocolate Tart for Nikki Chilcott. Outside them, interesting runner here from the deep south. Now in the north is Winner's Shout. I think Brad Williamson owned this one. Phil trained. Now in the north with John and Josh Dickey. Last start winner at Forbury Park. Interesting to see how he goes right-handed tonight. First time. He's looked good in a brief career to date. 3 wins from 11 starts. Manners have been pretty good in the past. One to watch out of tonight is runner number 6, Winner's Shout. Put him in my top 3. And I thought Terraskova, find a spot for it. Luck Chin's team with Djokovic racing well. She's racing week in, week out with the likes of Lucky Fortune, Temporale, been running 3rds and 4ths. 2,200 metres will suit her tonight, and a bit of rain about it this time too. Terraskova in the rain. She loves it. So there's a tip for one that handles the wet track. 10 Terraskova, paying $10 and $3.80. Robert Dunn, 3 runners in tonight. Natural is their second. Robert, your Trotter Natural's going well. I thought last week Jack McKinnon gave it a beautiful trip on the trail. Just battle up the lane?
Absolutely. Jack thought it was going to win, and it's done it for a wee while now. We've taken the blood and it's been perfect. So we're not too sure, but Jack's got the opinion that it's a better star than a sprinter. He was travelling like a winner around the turn. It was a matter of what he was going to win by, he thought. And so this week I wouldn't mind her being in front, to be fair, Craig. And it works super. She looks fantastic. And if James can trot to the lead earlier as 3 on the front line, I'd like him to stay there, and she'll be in the money again.
Yeah, Robert Dunn, they've had a win down south with Franco Cristiano. Trying to catch the Purden Rasmussen team. They've had 2 in the non-tote down there. So, yes, time may be the enemy for the Dunn team trying to catch Mark Purden and Natalie Rasmussen with only a week left to go. Aaron White's numbers in race number 2 tonight. He's 5, 11, 3 and 1. He's got Lucky Fortune on top as well. Aaron, as I come to you, very impressive last start, Lucky Fortune. He's always promised to be a good horse. Manners have let him down in the past, but we know with trotters, he's now a 5-year-old. He's got that ringcraft under his belt, and he just seems to be trotting a little bit more fluently.
Yeah, he's doing everything right, isn't he? And that's the main key, and getting a lot of confidence out of doing everything right. $2.30 a dollar. Should be winning again tonight. Andrew Neil steps back into the card here aboard Lucky Fortune. We'll put in the 11 Highland Star. I thought was a good run in behind the scruff over a similar journey last Friday night. Sean Grayling for Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett. Hot Chocolate Tart was a very game in behind the impressive Temporale at its last start last Friday night. And Natural off the front tape always has to be a chance there. James Stormont in the cart. 5, 11. 3 and 1 just coming through from the stewards to Craig. Race 4, number 6, Jude's Gem. The removable deafeners do come off Jude's Gem in the 4th on the card. Of course, Larch did start last night at Cambridge, finished 7th, beaten 7.5 lengths in those form updates for race 3 on the card. Everlasting Grace won the last night in pretty good fashion. Party Rage was 4th in that race. Unfortunately, the online guides, including at hrnz.co.nz, haven't brought that form forward yet from last night at Cambridge.
We'll try and update you as that race progresses, Aaron, closer to it. Interesting reading through the press during the week. Of course, Moment of Truth is going to continue on into next season. Rising 14-year-old will go around as a 14-year-old from the 1st of August. Of course, starts here, start 182 for Lisa Milner tonight. He's been a wonderful horse, and no reason why he can't be competitive. The way he's racing at the moment seems very sound. He looked very well going on track tonight, so placed again last start behind Temporale. Be great to see him get to start 200 in the new season, and that's highly possible. Moment of Truth, the way the claiming races and condition races are setting up for next season. I'm sure he'll be a regular to Alexandra Park and chasing win.
Moment of Truth, Terraskova, Highland Star and Larch, and very persuasive. The Square Gators face up now for the second United Gaming Limited handicap trot. And the barrier strands release, and they're underway. Dauntless was a wee bit slow off the mark, as to Terrace Cove. The remainder have come away solidly, with the first out being Hot Chocolate Tart over Tourbillon and Natural, piercing through his Lucky Fortune to fourth as they approach the first corner. Winner's Shout, having his first run up here at Auckland, goes for a gallop going into that stables corner, then Rain de Jatan. They are followed by Moment of Truth further back in the field. They're now settling down. We've got Terrace Cove on the inside of Larch, and then Highland Star. 4 lengths away Dauntless, and they're followed by Very Persuasive, and after that early mistake, Winner's Shout has no chance. Through the back they run, and it's Hot Chocolate Tart, but here's the race favourite Lucky Fortune striding onto the lead as the rain comes down at Alexandra Park, and the lead time cut out in 47.7. That's one of the quickest lead times I've seen stand start 2,200 metres here at the park. Tourbillon, he's in third. They're followed by Natural up on the outside, Rain de Jatan, then Terrace Cove, 1-1 Moment of Truth. Larch in the Wish for Fish charity colours. He's back fourth last of the winning chances. To his inside, Very Persuasive. It's stablemate Highland Star, half a length off him, and then Dauntless, no chance to Winner's Shout. Into the lane, 1,200 left to go. Lucky Fortune in the hands of co-trainer Andrew Neal, 32 and 2, so got a breather after a quick lead up. Hot Chocolate Tart trailing, Rain de Jatan now third and parked. Back on the inside, Tourbillon, Moment of Truth, the old boys 1-1. As they reach the judge now, they're followed by Larch in the running line around Natural. Over on the outside is Highland Star from Terrace Cove. Dauntless back in the field, Very Persuasive. They're the winning chances, no chance to Winner's Shout. 800 left to go in the United Gaming Limited Trot, second quarter 30.5. The showy chestnut Lucky Fortune leads a length. The Rain de Jatan's right there the outside. Hot Chocolate Tart with the nice run in the trail, and 1-1 Moment of Truth, then Tourbillon. They're followed by Larch. He's only 5 lengths off the lead. Natural's to its inside. They're followed Highland Star, Terrace Cove. Very Persuasive Dauntless, 500 to run as they sweep across the showgrounds turn final time. Lucky Fortune leads a neck. Rain de Jatan galloping their Moment of Truth. Hot Chocolate Tart waits the passing lane. Tourbillon with that gallop of Moment of Truth gets away from the markers. Then Natural and Larch back straight quarter 29.3. Lucky Fortune for home. Rain de Jatan, Hot Chocolate Tart, Natural for the passing lane. Tourbillon to the outside. Larch, Terrace Cove running on. In front is Lucky Fortune. Hot Chocolate Tart's coming strongly. 75 to go. Lucky Fortune. Hot Chocolate Tart getting through on the inside, and Hot Chocolate Tart welcome back to the winners list. There's a well-deserved victory. Lucky Fortune just second in front of Natural. Then Tourbillon. They were followed by Terrace Cove. Highland Star back with Rain de Jatan and Larch. They were followed by Moment of Truth. He galloped at the 400 tonight. Back in the field then on crossing was Very Persuasive Dauntless, and Winner's Shout, and 248.8. Home and 29 for that final quarter. They have scorched along here in the Stand Start 2,200 metre event tonight. Lead up time of 47.7. That's one of the quickest I've seen here by probably a second. Gets the win nicely. Hot Chocolate Tart. Lucky Fortune just second. Nice run again by Natural, and Tourbillon will make up the first 4 in the United Gaming Limited Handicap Trot.
Official placings, race 2, the United Gaming Limited Handicap Trot. 3, 5, 1, 2, 10, 8. 3, 5, 1, 2, 10, 8. Horse 3, Hot Chocolate Tart, trotted the 2,200 metres from a stand in a very good time of 248.86. Mile rate of 23.5. Last 858.3. The 429. Margins, 1 1/4 lengths ahead, 3/4 of a length. 3, 5, 1, 2, 10, 8. Race 2, United Gaming Limited Handicap Trot.
Well-deserved success here for Hot Chocolate Tart. Her last victory came back in June 2015, so it's been a long time between winning drinks, but she's run some very good placings between these victories. A Continental Man Brown 5-year-old mare at a French Connection, raced by breeder G.D. Beckett, along with Mrs. D.R. Beckett and Mrs. L.A. Chilcott. Nikki Chilcott, the trainer-driver out of Cambridge Raceway. Good to see her back in the winner's circle too. Hot Chocolate Tart after the United Gaming Limited Handicap Trot. Murray Goldsworthy, Race Night Stewart and life member of the Auckland Trotting Club, was down there part of the victory celebrations. 5, Lucky Fortune. He runs second. The Bryland Boys House Lucky Chestnut 5-year-old gelding. A.P. Neal the owner. Andrew and Lynn Neal trained at Cambridge. Andrew doing the driving. And a 1 natural third, McArdle Brown 5-year-old mare out of Regret. Birchbrook Breeding Limited, S.J. Hooper, Badabing Syndicate, Sir Robert Dunn, Pukekohe, James Stormont. 8.20 and 2.10 for 3 Hot Chocolate Tart. 8.20, 2.10. 5 Lucky Fortune, $1.80, $1.80 and 1 natural at $2.40, $2.40. The Quinella, $6.30, $6.30. Trifecta, $161.90, $161.90. And the first 4, $789.90, $789.90. 10 and 3 in the opening double. Mr. Euroman and Hot Chocolate Tart returns $18.20. $18.20, and the 10 and 5 Lucky Fortune concession $2.60, $2.60. Race 3 is the Toten Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres to open a double, and also our Place 6 competition tonight. Take out 5 Benny and the Jets. Those form updates from last night at Cambridge. Party Rage number 8 ran 4th, beaten 4 lengths in behind number 12 Everlasting Grace, who was a winner last night at Cambridge. So she was a winner, number 12 Everlasting Grace. Those are the form updates you require for race number 3, the Toten Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace. Good luck with your bets. We're underway at 1 minute after 7.
Is the key. Spoke to Brendan Hill about Cruisy Dude. Was slow away when it had its first ever standing start, but pretty safe, and excuse me, he's very pleased with the way this horse is working, so it's a definite chance. The Valiant showing us plenty for Talented Horseman and John Hay, and it won on debut. It's been pretty solid since then, running on in all 3 runs. With any luck, it can grab a decent slice of this as well. Stepped away and then galloped when it was having its first stand at Oamaru back on the 10th. The groomsman has the blinds on. It's the best blowout chance here. Colin De Philippi driving for Hamish Hunter. I'm pretty sure it normally races in blinds. Didn't have them on last week and gets them back on today. It's been a winner here. It's won 5 races. It's a decent chance in this. Is groomsman. As we count down 2 minutes, inside 2 minutes out from a start, of course. Don't forget about the Terminator, pick 6 wise, and it does, or is part of the last 3 races from each venue. Craig and I will have a look at that just before 8 o'clock, so you get an insight into how we think things might unfold. Up to you, Mark Mack. A bit of a feel-good moment. The previous, Craig Ferguson grabs maximum points, but the Markham family have waited a wee while for Jean-Sebastien Dissolute again. He'd been racing so well, and he did exactly that tonight. And I understand that he's eligible for the Super Series early August, and with no Matatoki there, he might be the one to beat.
He might be indeed. He deserved that, as you said, didn't he? And the wee man Isaac, birthday grandson of Carl. So it's nothing but a good result for the Markhams tonight.
Yeah, definitely, Mark. And yeah, good on them. Soul to the earth people, great harness racing people, and yeah, they love this horse, and he's by love you. So why wouldn't you?
Exactly right. And Gav must have calmed down from that night of Johnny's journey, because he did mention the night that he bought that package he was going to send something that was a rat bag to John for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he did come up, and we had a yarn about it earlier tonight, because I was like many, thinking, oh, the Dunstable have inherited another one, but there was a story to it, and yeah, he was on fire that night. He said he paid a lot more than he thought he would have to, And he was going to square things up with Johnny, but no, he sent him a pretty nice chance in this.
He has indeed in Alison Stocky, number 4. Usually looking for a price on the colours, the maroon and blue, but the black, white and red of the RJ Dunstable around the 4 for this one. Lamb and Hayward Pace scratching his number 5 Extreme Guest. And they'll come up pretty soon. Groomsman also Mrs. Brown's Boy, Coaster Howe and Johnny Cox looking for a winning double. Illegal Immigrant. Ballymore Boy, Millwood Charlie and the Valiant, Cullens Barden, Flamboyant, Cruisy Dude. And Better Luck was very good in defeat by Ezo Sation last time. So Cullens Barden drawn the inside, Flamboyant about to get set, Cruisy Dude turns in, 10 furlong stand, couple of them tonight. Extreme Guest scratch, they walk up. Absolutely delighted also. A last start winner. Race 5. Racing. Oh, Alison Stokey, if she landed in a pace, she was going to lead easily, but she galloped away. Illegal Immigrants in a gallop 2. Mrs. Brown's Boy was slow, and Cullens Barden also tardy off the inside. Millwood Charlie led, then she galloped. So the favourite's in trouble here, and she's got herself into a full-on gallop 2. Groomsman left in control. Margin is 2 lengths. Second parked up as Ballymore Boy, and third the inside is the Valiant. Alison Stokey was able to recover quickly. Alison Stokey, I should say, and is next to the inside of Better Luck, who's 2 in front of Absolutely Delighted. Then Cullens Barden, 1 to Flamboyant. A length and a half, Mrs. Brown's Boy from Cruisy Dude, Illegal Immigrant. And Millwood Charlie, she's out of the race, might have broken gear. Dexter's retired her straight away. Lead time 32.3, and it's Ballymore Boy and Robbie Holmes by a length and a half. Second, Groomsman, and 2 lengths away, third, the Valiant. Fourth on the inside is Alison Stocky, and a length and a half, Better Luck. Cullens Barden against the pegs. A length and a half to Absolutely Delighted in front of Flamboyant. Cruisy Dude on the pylons from Mrs. Brown's Boy, 2 lengths to Illegal Immigrant, and Millwood Charlie retired from the race after going away fast and then galloping. The first quarter in 30.7. Near the 1,000 metre mark goes Ballymore Boy. Victor 2 starts ago. Groomsman's 2 lengths away second. Parked up the Valiant, 3 back the inside Alison Stocky. Fifth in the running line, Better Luck around Cullens Barden. Another length and a half, Absolutely Delighted from Cruisy Dude. Mrs. Brown's Boy gets moving, 3 wide by Flamboyant, and 3 lengths to Illegal Immigrant. Down the back they go. 900 metres left to go, and the leader's still Ballymore Boy. Company coming though. Mrs. Brown's Boy's gone up to the wheel of the leader, 3 wide around the Valiant. Groomsman's running 4th the trail. Flamboyant 3 wide with a card up. Then Better Luck, Alison Stocky, and a length and a half to Cullens Barden the inside. 3 up is Absolutely Delighted. Better Luck pace roughly coming off the back. Lost a length, Cruisy Dude slightly hampered. And 2 lengths Illegal Immigrant. Second quarter 31.9. 62.6 was that half. Ballymore Boy looked at by Mrs. Brown's Boy. Third quarter 28.5. 2 to Groomsman. Flamboyant 3 wide from the Valiant. Alison Stocky looking to get through. Ballymore Boy still has it ahead. Mrs. Brown's Boy won't go away, sticks to Ballymore Boy, might have a nose in front from Alison Stocky. Mrs. Brown's Boy, Ballymore Boy's coming again. Cruisy Dude charging home. Ballymore Boy kicking and won it. Ballymore Boy, super tough, wouldn't lie down and beat Mrs. Brown's Boy and Cruisy Dude. Then Alison Stocky, next in Cullens Barden. Groomsman, Better Luck, the Valiant Flamboyant, Absolutely Delighted. Illegal Immigrant and Millwood Charlie went for an early gallop and was retired straight out of the race. Didn't it show some ticker? Number 8, Ballymore Boy, Robbie Holmes at $42.80 and $9.70. If Mrs. Brown's Boy found the front, it was only for a fleeting moment. Number 11 at $2.30, home in 28.6. Last mile 159.7, and Cruisy Dudes rocketed into third, number 3 at $2.60. Just refused to lie down. John McKenzie's the winning owner. Robbie Holmes, the trainer-driver, he's had a terrific season. Robbie beats Mrs. Brown's Boy half ahead. Cruisy Dude stomps home. Alison Stocky runs 4th. You just can't say enough good things about the winners. Had to run a supersonic last half. The second horse has been brave in defeat, but gee, showed some heart. Ballymore Boy, Greg.
Yeah, he did, and they went to war, these two. A fair way out. She's been brave as well, Mrs. Brown's boy. Well, he is, rather, by Real Desire. The run of the race, Cruisy Dude. He's missed away. He's stormed home. Of course, Millwood Charlie had issues there for Dexter and backers of him. But the winner by Santana Blue Chip out of Be Happy Sam. Win 2 at start 14. And Robbie Holmes gets this one home at the head of the field. Long odds about it too, $42 odd. Here's the judge's call.
Boy. Second 11 Mrs. Brown's boy, and third 3 Crazy Dude. Fourth has gone to 4 Alison Stocky from 10 Groomsman and 1 Cullens Barden. 8, 11, 3, 4, 10, 1. The margins are short head. Ahead, 1.5 lengths, 3/4 of a length. The winner's time was 2:31.9, a mile rate of 2:02.2. The last 856.7, last 428.4.
And that's training and driving wise, win 24 for the season for Robbie Holmes. Dividends about to come through, and they're big for a horse that's now won 2 of its last 3. 42.80 and 9.70. Mrs. Brown's boy 2.30 and Cruisy Dude. He's got a bit of a future. He's dashed into third at 2.60. Quinellas paid 137.80. Trifecta, it's paid 2,594.30. And the first 4, it's paid $3,358.80 with 2,600 carrying forward in that first 4 to the next, which is another heat of the Macmillan's Junior Drivers Series. 2-8 double, 88.30, 6.70 the concession, and the quaddie 11, 2, 2 and 8, $2,477.60. Next to go is Wanganui race number 7. We're 5.5 minutes out from a start in it, and the market looks like this. The 7th, Mark Rosanowski has them 3, 4, 5 and 1. He's with Stole My Wallet, 250 and 240. 440 about Allegro Runnings, 550 for Elite Dose. Short break, other side, Rozzo to take you into the 7th.
Rich Hill Stud presents 5 times Group 1 winner and New Zealand Horse of the Year, Jimmy Shue. Outstanding results on the racetrack and in the sales ring. Already sire of 5 individual 2-year-old winners, including Group 3 winner Manolo Blahnik.
Manolo Blahnik cruises home here in the Barneswood Farm Eclipse Stakes.
He has made an excellent start to his stud career. Performance, pedigree, physique. Contact John Thompson or Carl Mihalovic at Rich Hill Stud.
A live thoroughbred auction, but this one is a bit different. Gavelhouse.com presents live auctions online. We regularly bring this convenient trading option to you. Join from wherever you are, at work, out and about, or on the farm. And with no or low commission, you save time and money. Check out the Gavelhouse.com website to find out when the next catalogue will be online. Plus, see how easy it is to enter your horse and get results. Visit Gavelhouse.com today.
Patrick Raceway in Wanganui, the venue for Friday night greyhound racing in New Zealand for most weeks anyway, and we're up to race number 7 in this edition. This is the back half of the program, so we've got place 6 starting here, very popular with many. Also the first leg of a double and treble. The favourite is Stole Me Wallet, number 3. Did make her bet of the night earlier on. She does step up into Class 2. Convincing Class 1 winner 9 days ago from Box 8. She had to work hard for that to beat Corborn Bray. That was quite a tidy field that. It included Matt My Run, who has won since. Stole Me Wallet looking to step up and deliver here in this grade. It's been 250 all day, no movement there. Most other things seem to have moved out a fraction or stayed steady in the market with the book 3 minutes out from start time. No luck for Darcy Patama and Kelly Gommans earlier with the thrilling Cassie. She took a tumble when she was trying to drive through on the inside of the leader, Lady Xena, in the back straight earlier. And although she came to grief, she did pick herself up and run to the lure. I'll get a Stipes report on her a little later. Hopefully better luck for them here with Stole Me Wallet. 4 Homebush Slinky has a dreadful record from that trap. 1 placing in 13 starts. He was a winner 2 back. here in Class 1. Clocked a respectable 17.75 for his 12th career win. Manawatu on Monday, he was 3 wide across the top. Just took a wee check before the bend and battled up the straight. Got a better chance here at Hattrick. The box draw is a concern, no doubt. And we'll need a little luck off the middle. But again, looks like quite an even run to the first bend for these dogs. Nothing standing out in terms of opening sectionals here. McInerney team with Homebush Slinky, Sammy Stone handling, and they combined earlier with Vito Baxter. Plunge dog got home in the 4th today. 2 minutes out from start time here. 5 in the race is Allegro Runnings. Wee bit hard to get a line on her, but she is a recent downgrader, and she was sent out at $3 on Monday at Manawatu. She made a reasonable beginning, took a bit of a bump, got off balance. So just hard to weigh that up really. Recent runs here have been just okay off moderate beginnings, so it'll be a key for her to put herself into the race. She's won 4 from 12 and just 1 minor placing. She's 3 from 6 on this track, and when she gets it right, she can run along. 17.69, her best winning time to date. Drawn up the middle here. And she's good sized female greyhound at 30 kilos. Elite Dose off the inside, Marie Gowan with the dog. Mother of Arnie Clark, who trains. She doesn't have a great record close in, Elite Dose. Her recent racing has been from wide draws. It's been okay, just okay. She was second to Corborn Hint. 4th last week was all right. Hujan won that pretty easily. The 4th going back 4 starts was beaten 5 lengths, but that was by Asteria, who's gone right through to Class 5. Did have a look at Elite Dose's last run from box 1 back in April, where she was sort of midfield out, and she did wander out a bit, which she does. Just sort of drifts away from the rail a bit. She drifted back through the field that day too, Elite Dose. Not hopeless, I wouldn't have thought, for a place here, but not necessarily ideally drawn in the 1. Could possibly argue that with Kapai in the previous, although it had less goes than Elite Dose. And it did get up and deliver for Wendy Kite at outside odds, and Wendy's got an outsider here too, an Allegro Senior, so she'll be looking to repeat off box number 2. Allegro Senior, a winner 3 back off box 3 in a 17.95. She's on the verge of a downgrade here and probably be better placed in Class 1. Opawa Tomo, the 6 for local trainer Nathan Udy, we haven't seen for the best part of a month. Ran second at Manawatu to Corborn George. Just not Corborn George, he won a re-qualifying trial earlier. He didn't have to re-qualify, but gee, he ran some time. He ran 59. Worth watching out for. Race 7, Wanganui Chronicle Class 2, 305 metres. Elite Dose, Stole Me Wallet, Allegro Runnings and Rua Rama. Second line, Allegro Senior, Homebush Slinky, Opawa Tomo, Kinetic Assassin. Stole Me Wallet 280 the tote. Book 250 has been all day. The favourite jumps off the 3. And we're ready to run here in the 7th on the card. Nearly there. Racing. Stole Me Wallet a fair break. Elite Dose gets out nicely. Stole Me Wallet goes up the outside, followed out there by Power Tomo, trying to get right around the outside there. A Kinetic Assassin working into the race. Homebush Slinky closer in with Allegro Runnings. Further back in the race then to Rua Rama. Allegro Senior. Stole Me Wallet comfortably clear here on Elite Dose. Stole Me Wallet, Elite Dose second. Third to go by was Homebush Slinky, and Kinetic Assassin was 4th. Followed in then by a Power Tomo, Allegro Runnings, Allegro Senior towards the back there, and Homebush Slinky. Not the Slinky, who was at the back? 17.64, I can tell you for the time. 17.64. Power Tomo it was at the back, checked to the back. 3, Stole Me Wallet, the winner for Darcy Patama and Kelly Gommans. Good change of fortune for them after thrilling Cassie fell earlier. 3, 1, 4 and 8. Off the boxes, good break from Stole Me Wallet. Got around Elite Dose and then working into the race out wider was Kinetic Assassin. And closer in Allegro, Homebush Slinky getting the run along the rail. Kelly Gommans there with the Greyhound. Stole Me Wallet by Magic Spike out of Secret Sprite. Adam Jenkins, Darcy Patama, Kelly Gommans. The owners win 4 at start number 10, and she goes back to back. 3.5, 3/4 and 3/4 have been the margins here. So 3 Stole Me Wallet takes the 7th. We look forward to the 8th, the Adept Accountants Class 3 Sprint. Scratchings here 1 and 10, and 9 Brilliant Jada gets into box number 1. 7:21 is the start time for that. But the result coming through. Stole Me Wallet the 3, 271.30, 1 Elite Dose $1.40, 4 Homebush Slinky at $2.40, Quinella 460, Trifecta 53.50, 3148 first 4, $301.20. Just looking at the board to see if it's corrected anything up here in terms of splits, but 17.64 was that winning time. 6.98 has been the lead up, so a 10.66 run home. As we head to Alexandra Park, we are 6 minutes out from the Tote and Poke Sports Bar mobile pace here. $2.90 favourite here, Change Saw. Number 6 in the book, Craig, which you have on top.
Yeah, a horse that's now with the Robert Dunn team, Mark, and first start right-handed. We'll talk to Robert very shortly. Horse has always had a bit of gate speed. Nice draw here. I think it's a right race to debut, and James Stormont takes the drive. In fact, let's talk to Robert now about the newcomer to the team. Robert, Chainsaw, a newcomer to your team. First up tonight, Alexandra Park. Looks a nice race for it. What have you made in the 4 weeks you've had it?
Yeah, well, Johnny had 2 down the beach and I've had 2 up here at Pookie. He was pleased with the horse but felt it was better Auckland way of going, which is the main reason Gary Davis sent up to me for. So we brought it up, and it's got a nice field first up, I feel. You know, it's obviously got gate speed, and it tailed off a wee bit towards the end of last season, but did have a bit of a problem. It kicked a rail, so it was sort of might have had a bruised leg at the same time. So it's good now, and its work's been pretty solid, I thought. And if it leads, it'll take a little bit of running down, I think, in that weakish field.
So that's Robert Dunn with his thoughts about Chainsaw. On screen at the moment, open at 3.30 on the book into 2.90, so suggests there has been a little bit of money for it. A couple of horses just letting you know, backing up from last night at Cambridge Raceway. Horse number 8, Party Rage, ran 4th in the junior drivers race, and that horse on screen actually won the last race at Cambridge last night. Everlasting Grace on the 24-hour backup. Philip Butcher takes the drive for Jeff Small. So Everlasting Grace and Party Rage on the short backup. I put 6 Chainsaw on top. Looked okay going through the parade ring. I think there's a little bit of improvement in the son of changeover, but I'm sure he's pretty well ready to go. Bit of confidence in the camp. Dangers to him. Another former Southerner, 7 Corroboree. This one trained by Ken Barron down south, now with the Telfer Garlic team. Had to run the workouts on Saturday. $8, $2.10. I think it was as short as $4.40 on the book. This horse by Christian Cullen, he's won 2 from 12. Again, another one that will appreciate a slightly easier field than what he's been racing against in the south. So 6 to beat 7. Probably the hard horse to follow in the race. Running number 10, Chevron's Easy. You'd look at the form line and you'd say no, but the trial form versus race day form is there. Very hard horse to drive, I believe, Chevron's Easy, but can get quite on the nickel. But Joe Benathi to the second row, may have to just sit in behind them, give her one run at them. And if she settles in a race, I reckon she's up to running the money here. Running number 10, I think she's the best value at the $14. And last night's winner, Everlasting Grace, on the backup. If she does back up on the way that she performed last night, coming from a long way back, she'll be right in it again. For me, it's 6, 7, 10 and 12. 6, 7, 10 and 12. Aaron's numbers in the Tote and Pokey Sports Bar mobile pace, 12, 8, 4 and 7. 12, 8, 4 and 7. So the 2 that raced last night, Aaron's top 2 in race number 3 tonight. Just a quick reminder to you all about the North Island Harness Racing Awards that'll take place at Alexandra Park on the 3rd of September, the Tasman Room there. Sponsored this year by, I think, Rock and Roll Dance, the North Island Harness Awards. Tickets are available through Suzanne Herlihy. $130 a head, junior drivers and cadets fully subsidised. So that includes your package, which is, I believe, a 3-course dinner and wine and beer. Have a band on there as well. So if you want to contact Suzanne to get those tickets, 027 407 1057 or email strike1 at extra.co.nz. Proudly sponsored by, of course, Nevelier and Elabar, this year's North Island Harness Racing Awards. Comes down very quickly, 3rd of September in the Tasman Room here at Alexandra Park. And, of course, next Saturday they've got the big yearling parade at Franklin there. Make sure you want to get along to there and have a look at what's going on at Pookie Cove. Aaron, as I come to you for race number 3 tonight, the 2 on the backup for you from last night.
Yeah, the 12 and the 8, and I've got both of them in the mix here too. Everlasting Grace, she put up a great sprint to pick up that last race last night. Andre Potama doing the driving. Philip Butcher, Jeff Small combine here tonight. No reason why she can't go back to back. She's been going well in these sorts of races. The 8 Party Rage, she was nice here back on the 15th of July last Friday night, and behind Joe and Ed No Better. Ran a tidy enough 4th in that 1700 metre dash last night. We'll put in the 4 Ultima Kayla. She's coming back into form, Craig. She's tonight 15 and 340. Well worth an each way play on her tonight. I thought her last start running behind River Emperor was good. Go back 2 starts, only 2.5 off No Way Else. She has got gate speed. She'll get handy. Peter Ferguson doing the driving. Nice quote tonight for her, the 4, and corroboree number 7, Scotty Phelan in the mix here too, one of 2 having their first look at Alexandra Park, it and Change Saw, who's got plenty of support, and the support just continues to roll in too on the 6 runner here in the 3rd, the 12, 8, 4 and 7 for me for the Tote and Poke Sports Bar. They're having a good night up there, the little bar on Cameron Street, the Tote and Poke. Very good evening to everybody up there, and hopefully a few of them will join us at Ruakaka tomorrow, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Of course, it is Wish for Fish.
Tote and Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace, the 3rd on the card to open place 6 and also a double. The runners come forward. So the runners come forward. Yes, Party Rage has the Wish for Fish charity colours on up on the outside. The Chief David Butcher doing the driving there. 4th last night at Cambridge and behind Everlasting Grace. Into the lane, 2,200 metres. 3rd on the program at the park, green light. And they're off and pacing in the Tote and Poke, and Change Saw shows very good gate speed. Ultima Kayla comes out with it, and Corroboree also looks to come forward as they find the stables corner. Darjeeling Bromax, Sifty Tuesday the next pair. Chevron's Easy comes through from the 2nd line to end up 3 back in the running line. Then Rangy Rang Do Idealistic, You Better You Bet, and the 2 that ran last night, Everlasting Grace, is 2nd last on the outside of Party Rage. 1,800 to go. Change Saw leads a length. Corroboree trying to be easy to find the trail, pushing up on the inside. Ultima Kayla. No, Corroboree's got down in front of her. Darjeeling Bromac is 4th. There followed then 5th and parked as Chevron's Easy. Lead time and 41.2. That's a good lead up for this class. Back on the inside, Sifty Tuesday. Idealistic's back with Rangy Rang Do. 2 lengths, You Better You Bet. They're followed by Party Rage and Everlasting Grace. As she did last night, she'll be enjoying this pretty quick tempo up ahead as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Change Saw, the race favourite in the hands of James Stormont, now being pressured by Chevron's Easy. Corroboree trailing. Idealistic comes up out 3, back on the inside then to Ultima Kayla. Darjeeling Bromac between runners, they're followed by Rangy Rang Do. Sifty Tuesday opening quarter 30.5. The last trio, You Better You Bet on the outside of Party Rage, and Everlasting Grace, Philip Butcher last. 1,000 to go. They work the stables corner there. Final time, and Change Saw in front from Chevron's Easy. Corroboree, nice run in the trail for Scotty. Idealistic now 1-1, then Ultima Kayla the inside, a length off that. Darjeeling Bromac, Sifty Tuesday is the next. Up on the outside as they run by the 800, 30.3 the next quarter was Rangy Rang Do, and they're followed by You Better You Bet. Further back, Party Rage, Everlasting Grace, 650 left to go. Change Saw being pressured hard by Chevron's Easy. Corroboree's got the drop, as to Idealistic. Ultima Kayla travels well. She's all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back the inside, then Darjeeling Bromac. Sifty Tuesday, Rangy Rang Do. Party Rage, You Better You Bet. Everlasting Grace, 400 to go. Chevron's Easy sent for home. Back straight quarter, 30 seconds neat. Change Saw's under pressure. I believe he's gone. Corroboree, Idealistic work into it. Here's Rangy Rang Do letting down. Ultima Kayla's run up into a wall of horses, homeward bound. Chevron's Easy's bolted away by by 5. Rangy Rangdu is starting to chase, and Everlasting Grace is letting down with a powerful finish again. Chevron's Easy. Everlasting Grace comes with Rangy Rangdu, but Chevron's Easy, Jabbernathi, beautiful drive there. Chevron's Easy, Jabbernathi, there's the real Chevron's Easy. Getting home well, Everlasting Grace and also Party Rage. You can't back up in 24 hours. Throw that out the window. Those two have got home strongly. They were followed further back in the field then to You Better. You Bet's come home nicely. Rangy Rangdu's in a photo for 4th with it. They were followed Sifty Tuesday. Back in the field then to Ulta Michaela. They were followed in by Darjeeling Bromac, Corroboree. Back in the field then to Idealistic. Change Saw. Well, we might need to change the saw. It found nothing. 30 seconds the final quarter. 242.3. Chevron's Easy, Jabbernathi. Well, he got left parked. He made sure he worked the favourite over. The favourite was gone at the 400. Jay said, let's go for home. And the Better's Delight mare, she's been an enigma for many, many months, but she's done everything perfectly right tonight. In fact, she was a nice workout second recently, showing that she was back to some of her best form, and she's showing that here. Late run again by Everlasting Grace, Party Rage, the two that started at Cambridge last night. They've come home with very good runs in behind. And the Toten Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace, and it goes the way of the 10.
Official placings, race 3, the Toten Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace. 10, 12, 8, 9, 3, 1. 10, 12, 8, 9, 3, 1. Horse 10, Chevron's Easy, pace the 2200 metres and 242.27. Mile rate of 158.7. Last 860.1 and the 430. The margins 1.5 lengths, 1.25 lengths, 3/4 of a length. 10, 12, 8, 9, 3, 1. Race 3, Toten Poke Sports Bar Mobile Pace.
Chevron's Easy's been in and out of the victory circle there, raced by Alan Pyers along with Ms. T.M. Benham. Small Car World Limited, the breeders of the Better's Delight, Anvil's Never Easy, 4-year-old bay mare, Jabbernathi, the trainer driver out of Papakura. Win 3 at start 28. She's run a nice time, doing plenty of work in the run here tonight as well. Chevron's Easy, Gordon Robertson down there, part of the victory celebrations, a race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club after the 3rd on the card. 12 Everlasting Grace finishes it off nicely for second. Better's Delight, 4-year-old bay mare out of Jessie Grace for the North Island Standard Breeders Association Breeders number 1 Syndicate. Philip Butcher and Jeff Small combine, and the 8 Party Rage Mark 3 Bay 5-year-old mare out of Soki's Rage for the Whitakers. JM and Mrs. TL. John and David Butcher trained at Cambridge. David Butcher in the sulky, and of course was donned in the Wish for Fish charity colours tonight, so good to see them saluting the judge in 3rd position here in the 3rd on the card. Chevron's Easy will return $15.90 the win and $3.20 the place. $15.90 and $3.20. 12 Everlasting Grace, $1.60, $1.60 and 8 Party Rage, $2 even, 2 even. Quinella $34.90, $34.90. Trifecta $433.10, $433.10. And the first 4 partially struck, $3,467.90, $3,400. And $67.90, $2,427 jackpotting through into the first 4. Into the 4th, the Wish for Fish charity mobile pace over the 1,700 metres. You can scratch number 1 Juice Brogden and also 4 Machine Guns and Gems. Please note Jude's Gem. The number 6 will have the removable deafeners on for racing tonight. Removable deafeners on number 6. Jude's Gem. The 4th is time to go, 7:32.
Nick Mac Willie's got Craig Ferguson looking for a double and to extend his lead, if you like, in the championship. The 3 drivers who suggested this was their best drive were Kyle Marshall, Errol Finn, colour-coded Trent Leatherby and Donegal Jimmy Dave. Matt Anderson. Croft Bay last time, if you're wondering where that ducky came from, it actually had a punctured tyre and was effectively out of play last time. Its prior run was a game one, 6th behind G.I. Joe when it led up, got beaten only a couple of lengths. That was a deep field. And Katie Cox does the driving tonight. Up to you, Mark Mack, race number 6. This one, the Brecon Farms 2016 New Zealand Junior Drivers' Championship heat, of course, with Macmillans.
A number of these drivers have gone the new trend, Greg, the face warmer style things. That wouldn't have happened in the days gone by with wooden carts and hub rails.
No.
Must have been a bit tougher back then, the drivers.
I think you might be right, Mark. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Who had one on there? Kyle Marshall had one on, but he's pulled it down.
This is a balmy night for us.
Yeah, they need to harden up, few of these Northerners. Rightio, turn the phone off. Getting set for race 6. A 2 comes up. Here we go again, moves forward. Donegal, Jimmy Dave and Nick McWillie. Colour-coded, Gunpowder. Errol Finn, Asia Patron. Back row, Hudson Sully. Leah Mack, Van Halen and Croft Bay. Second heat, Brecon Farms and Macmillan Equine Feeds 2016 Junior Drivers' Championship. Craig Ferguson took maximum points in the first. He drives Nick McWillie for Stephen Hale here. Mobile to the back. 1950. Ready to rumble. Racing now. Colour-coded's keen to get off the arm fast. Nick McWillie was away well, but colour-coded, the two-tones, going to get across and lead. Gunpowder third. Asia Patron next to the inside from Donegal, Jimmy Dave and Errol Finn. Croft Bay looking to get forward early. Has some cover out there too from Hudson Sully, Leah Mack, and here we go again. Getting onto the back of Croft Bay. Then Van Halen and a 2. The leader is colour-coded though, with Trent Lissavy, and the Skewbolds out by a length and a half. Second, Nick McWillie for Craig Ferguson. The lead time, 22.6. That's very fast. First time they've broken 23 tonight, and they did it by nearly half a second. Asia Patron and Dylan Ferguson, 3 back the inside. Parked at the moment, Donegal, Jimmy Dave with Matt Anderson, but Katie Cox and Croft Bay, 3 wide, continue to loop the field. Hudson Sully for Jack McKinnon, 4 back the pegs. And then came a move from Leah Mack and Brad Williamson by Gunpowder and Stevie Golding. Ben Halem and Jessica Young underneath of Errol Finn and Kyle Marshall. A length and a half to here we go again, Andre Patama and Achu and Ben Butcher. 30-2 the first quarter. They've run the second heat of the Macmillan Equine Feeds and Brecon Farms 2016 New Zealand Junior Drivers' Championship at good speed. And colour-coded, she looks to make it 4 from 27. Speed remains strong. Second, Leah Mack, and third, Nick McWillie. A length and a half away, fourth, Asia Patron. Then Hudson Sully. Croft Bay's giving ground. On the inside is Van Halen. Donegal, Jimmy Dave, 3 wide, but not going anywhere at the moment. Then Gunpowder, Errol Finn, a 2, and here we go again. 30-4 the second quarter, 60.6 the half. 600 to go. And it's colour-coded, looking for an all-of-the-way win. Leads a length on Leah Mack. Nick McWillie waiting on the terror to love it. Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Leader may not get it there. It's under sufferance, colour-coded. 3 wide pushing into the clear, Asia Patron. 4 wide, Donegal, Jimmy Dave. 5 wide, Errol Finn. 6 out, here we go again. Held up Hudson Sully. Croft Bay under hard driving sticks a bit. And then came a 2. Third quarter, 29.9. Asia Patron nabbed the lead. Put 2 lengths on Croft Bay, who's coming again. Then Nick McWillie and Donegal, Jimmy Dave. Asia Patron though, margins a length on the outside. Croft Bay grinds away, but Asia Patron for Dylan Ferguson. Asia Patron won it, has beaten home Croft Bay, and Achu's run third. A tissue in front of Donegal, Jimmy Dave. Van Halen smoking home from Gunpowder. Then here we go again, Nick McWillie, followed across by Hudson Sully, Errol Finn, colour-coded and Leah Mack. Asia Patron, Brad Mowbray and Dylan Ferguson has made it 2 from 30. Zipped up and is going to pay 65.50 and 13.80. Second, Croft Bay, who gave ground at the half, 2.60. And a Chew, bless you, will run third at $4.90. 30.2 the last quarter. 2 minutes, 0.7 the last mile. And for Christine Maynard and Brad Mowbray, I know this was advertised on horsetrader.kiwi, Greg, for $1,500. Whether they paid the $1,500, I don't know, but they're way in front now on the purchase price.
Yeah, they are. That was a very brave performance too. Impeccably bred, this horse. Out of the Group 1 winner, Shania Patron. Win 2 at start 30. Colour-coded, got off the gate as we expected. Very brave Croft Bay. At the top of the straight, the one they came for. The bookmakers would have been cheering for Asia Patron, and they've got the result they wanted. Croft Bay got close for Katie Cox. Achu storming home. Donegal Jimmy Dave going its usual honest race. But Brad Mowbray, he gets the business done here. And Asia Patron and Dylan Ferguson get the business done in the second of our junior drivers' heats tonight. Judges' call about to come through. What's that for the season? 11 win for Dylan Ferguson, 34 in his career. Here's the judges' call.
The winner is 1, Asia Patron. Second, 13, Croft Bay. And third, 9, Atishu. Fourth has gone to 12, Van Halen. From 7, Donegal Jimmy Dave. And 4, Gunpowder. 1, 13, 9, 12, 7, 4. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, a short head, a nose. The winner's time was 2:23.1, a mile rate of 1:58.1. The last 859.7, last 430 seconds.
So a very good performance. I don't know if Dylan Ferguson would have driven a winner here. He may have at the series last year. Yeah. Anyway, I won't detract from it. He's got the business done here with Asia Patron. He was right amongst the battle for it last year, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, 65.50 and 13.80. He'll dine out on that one for a wee while, Fergie. Croft Bay at $2.60. Achu at $4.90. $195, that's the Quinella. Great junior drivers race too, wasn't it? They never let up. 3,307.10, the trifecta. Nobody got the first 4. That means we have 14,000 carrying forward to the next. Well, the last one got close to 40,000. This one should get closer to 60 with a wee bit of luck. Asia Patron, big upset here in the second of the junior drivers' heats, and aren't we lucky that the pick 6, Mark Rosanowski, is on the last 3 races at both Addington and Auckland, because if Asia Patron had been part of that tonight, there wouldn't be too many live, I wouldn't have thought, as we build to a start in your next.
Indeed, Greg, yes. Not often we see $65 down there at Addington, is it? And that previous 2, of course, at Alexandra Park. A bit of a carry forward in the first 4, I think about 2,400 and a bit there, off to Alex Park after this, of course. In this race, the Adept Accountants, race number 8 on the card. The favourite is Cranky Pants number 4, just been trimmed up to $2.80. Went 4, 9, 3 and 5. Cranky Pants ran second to Kennelmate Effective Power from box 6 in a class 4 race on Sunday at Monaco, but had already downgraded, so looks nicely placed in class 3. Has won 4 times off box 4, so that hasn't been too much of a problem for her in the past. As long as she leaves on terms, she'll be okay. Wee bit of speed off the 2. Brilliant Jailer, the 9 into the 1, is the tricky one to read because her form has tailed off somewhat. However, she's lately had draws out wide, couple of 6s recently, a 7 and an 8 before that. Now, she's certainly a lot better closer in, and she has won 3 of 6 from box 1 itself. She won a class 3 race from box 1 in a very good 17.53 going back a wee while, but then she had box 1 the next time in class 4 and she bombed the start and ran 5th. So you sort of got to deal with that a wee bit with Brilliant Jailer. If she jumps and runs, she's a big threat. She's eased to $4, but there's money for her on the tote. So she's certainly a chance with that box 1 Brilliant Jailer, and hard to risk if you're taking Trifecta's first 4s. Big Time Red Foo's run for 3rd last week was pretty solid off box 8. He was trapped out wide for most of the race. He couldn't get around Big Fat Gypsy, but he did a pretty good job. He's underneath Big Fat Gypsy today, drawn box number 3. And speaking of the Gypsy, she's in 5 today. I think she was about $5 or $6, maybe $5 fixed odds place last week. And she ran a very good race from box 4. Behind it's the Lovely, beaten 5 lengths. Now, bookies being fairly generous with her again tonight. She's at $4 fixed for the place, and she's certainly shorter on the tote for the place. So she's worth considering for Minus Big Fat Gypsy, drawn up the middle again. 7 in the race is Corborn Butsy. Pretty useful animal. He's 117. Monday at Manawa 2. He had box 1. He was out fairly well. He angled off the rail and went a bit wide when Lady Xena did on the corner. Lady Xena won it. Corborn Butsy balanced up and ran second. Time wasn't there, but they both lost a bit of time on the bend, Corborn Butsy. He was a winner here not so long ago, 5 starts back, and he hasn't got a poor race since, really. Butsy is out in 7, so he'll have to do a bit of work from there. Corborn Hint off box number 2, can get off the lids okay. Beat Elite Dose from this trap, and then ran second to Tracy at Palmerston North. Tracy, who was an upset winner for Rachel Maisie there at Palmerston North, jumps back up to Class 3, gets box 6 today, is at big odds. And about the only dog we haven't talked about is Chambo out in box number 8. Now, he's recently downgraded. 2 starts back he was in Class 4 and 5. He got box 8 last week. He was slow away. He was 4 wide and he got checked wider, and I guess the fear is that the same could happen to him here. Had he drawn the other side of the track, he'd be very short in a race like this, but it's that box 8 that is a bit of an issue for him to get around this field. About 30 seconds out here from race number 8. Race number 9 starts our late quaddie, and race number 10 is a snorter of a race tonight over the 520 metres. Flying Merkel off the inside, his favourite box. Miss Eldora Group 1 winner next door. Auckland Derby winner from the weekend, Corborn Cooks off box 4. Sheer Miss, who won here last week in the 5. Corborn Clover won here on the last week in box number 6. Absinthe-minded Hawkesbury Fever 4 from Grace make up that very good field, the 10th. The highlight tonight, that one's due at 8:22. All clear coming through for race number 8 on the card. Adept Accountants. Class 3's going forward. Brilliant Jailer comes off the inside. It's number 9. Big Time Red Foo, Big Fat Gypsy, Corborn Butsy. Second line, Corborn Hint, Cranky Pants in the blue, Tracy the green and Chambo the pink. Cranky Pants 260 the tote, 280 the book. Favourite jumps off the 4, it's Cranky Pants. Set. And racing, Cranky Pants away fairly, drives towards the lead, although going with it the inside was Big Time Red Foo, Big Fat Gypsies next through, then Brilliant Jailer. Round the outside here we've got Chambo getting back in the pack to Corborn Hint, and Tracy's well back too as they come to the corner. Big Time Red Foo got underneath Cranky Pants, out wider on the track Corborn Butsy. Big Time Red Foo from Cranky Pants, Corborn Butsy next to go by. Would have been Brilliant Jailer, then Corborn Hint. Big Fat Gypsy was back alongside of Chambo, and back with them when they crossed Tracy. Big Time Red Foo, the 3 in a 17 and 72, getting underneath Cranky Pants, and they got away on the rest. Corborn Butsy out wide third ahead of Brilliant Jailer, who didn't jump off the inside. 3, 4, 7 and 9, and that's 17.72. Well, Cranky Pants did everything right early, but she couldn't cross Big Time Red Foo, and he stayed close to her and then got underneath her, and that was the winning of the race for him. She didn't come down on him at all, and he pushed on through, and with a more economical trip than what he had last week, he has got home here over Cranky Pants. Alan Trass handling for Gary and Sandra Fredrickson, who raced this dog by collision out of Big Time Gem, win number 8 at start number 51. 1 length, 2 lengths and 1 length were the margins. Big Time Red Foo denying Lisa Ahern, who used to train the dog, her 5th win of the night. They've had 4 so far, the Aherns. And Gary Fredrickson picks up quite a few dogs off them and does a really good job with them too, Gary and Sandra. And they certainly get their share of wins, and they've got another one here at double figure odds in this race. 3 Big Time Red Foo, $11.20 and $2.64. Cranky Pants, $1.47. Corborn Butsy, $1.50. The Quinella, $14.20. trifecta $150.30, and the 3-4-7-9 first four $599.10. Double completed there. First leg Stole Me Wallet, pair of threes, $35.10, 3-4 concession, $4.70. Race 9, Meteor OPD Wanganui, Class 3, 305 metre race is our next at 10 minutes to 8, and it does start the late quaddie. Alexandra Park is where we are heading next though, and we'll have a look at the market for race number 4 on the card. Now there's $2,400 and change going forward into the first four here, so worth playing. The favourite is the 11 Spring Campaign off the second line at $2.80, the drive of Zach Butcher. On top for Craig Thompson, I can tell you he's gone 11, 12, 2 and 9, and more from Craig after this.
Supercharge your Investix Super Rugby with the TAB. Back your favourite teams and players with a bet that shows you know rugby. And with the TAB app, you can bet anywhere, anytime. TAB, are you in?
Are your horses muscled up, ready for this season's racing or yearling sales? The Hanley formula, guaranteed to build.
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're about 6 minutes out from race number 4 tonight. It completes the early quaddie. I've had a couple of roughies in the middle legs of the quaddie. Of course, Chevron's Easy taking out the last at around about $16. I can tell you the favourite way is with Spring Campaign. Ray Green's got 2 in here. The payout will be around about $1,800. Let's get on the track and have a look at them. I can tell you the rain has set in at the park. It's fair dinkum bucketing down here at the moment, and it looks like it may have set in for the night. So they were predicting it, and I can tell you it's here. Favourite in the 4th is the 2 Ray Green trained runners, 2 Lincoln Superstar and 11 Spring Campaign. Of course, Spring Campaign was the horse that was sent out a very short price favourite when we were last at the park, and to be fair, was very, very disappointing. Had a perfect trip by Zach Butcher and just battled. Since then, went back to the trials on Saturday and beat the winner of the last race, Chevron's Easy, at the trials, and did it very nicely. Rated 2 minutes for the last mile, and they run a pretty good time overall. So, as I said, if he can bring the trials form, like Chevron Easy did, to the race day form, he'll be very hard to beat. There's a stablemate, number 2, Lincoln Superstar. She was placed at Alexandra Park when a short price favourite last start, behind Jessica Bromack. Prior to that, ran 4th in the Jewels, beaten a fair way by Party On, but did go okay. Got a nice draw here. Should have improved with last week's run. It was a first for a month, and she's clearly a top 3 chance in race number 4 tonight. She is your favourite at $2.80 on the book, $2.90 on the tote. Interesting runner, and if the boys and girls with the cameras can hone in on runner number 12, Rory McIlroy. Runner number 12, there is Spring Campaign with Zach Butcher aboard. Runner number 12, Rory McIlroy, by Grin from Ear to Ear, this one out of River Tango. There he is, just coming on screen in the black and green checkers of Willie Fleming. Lovely big type 2-year-old by Grin from Ear to Ear. Had a good look at him going through the parade ring and looked quite nice. A bit of money for him, especially on the fixed odds. I think he was around about $9.50 into $6. Rory McIlroy. Hard race to win from the outside of the second row, but he's coming off a nice qualifying run at Cambridge, and there is money on him. Number 12, Rory McIlroy, maybe the one to follow out at tonight. I marked him 11 to beat 12 with 2 Lincoln Superstar obviously in the mix. Outside those top 3, if you're thinking the 2 horses getting off the gate, on its back is 9 Janet Guthrie. James Stormont takes the drive for Derek Ball, who 2 runs. The first up was good, the second up even better, running 4th to Urban Tiger. And she could be in the right spot here. Remember, there's a first 4 carried forward here, and it's up to nearly $7,000. Make sure you got runner number 9 in your first 4s. Could be in the right spot to get the right sort of run. Janet Guthrie. Other ones you may need in your first 4, runner number 3, Step Up. Carried a flat tyre 2 starts ago. I know the Telfer Garlic team think this one's got ability. By Art Major. Talked to Scotty about this filly on debut and said yes. Think she'll make it as a horse. So 3 step-ups in there. And probably the bolter in the first 4s is number 8, Savannah. 3 starts ago, she ran 3rd at massive money at Alexandra Park. Wayne Fawcett takes the drive. With a hot tempo, she could certainly be running on. So first 4, getting up and above $7,000 with a bit of money carried forward into the 4th tonight. Will pays for the quaddie. Spring Campaign is your favourite at $1,800. $2,000 with Lincoln Superstar. $6,000 with Step Up. $5,000 with Janet Guthrie. And $2,800 with Rory McIlroy. They're your top 5 favourites in the quaddie tonight. And in the quaddie you need Mr. Euroman, Hot Chocolate Tart and Chevron's Easy. There is Wayne Fawcett aboard his stable rep, runner number 8, Savannah. Aaron White's numbers in race number 4 tonight. He's with 2, 9, 11 and 3. I know you liked it last week, Aaron. Lincoln Superstar, and staying with it again. Yeah, 1,700 the big key tonight, Craig. $290 money back from a beautiful draw. She'll be very, very hard to beat from there. 11 Spring Campaign. He was good here a couple of weeks ago. That was in behind Urban Tiger. Of course, was a workout winner last weekend, and down Chevron's Easy. Is out there in the Wish for Fish colours for this. So does have a tricky second row draw. The 9 Janet Guthrie. She's going to get the gun run here tonight. She's at a nice quote, and $8.20 and $2 well worth an each way ticket. She's going the right way. The Jeremy's Jet filly for Derek Ball, James Stormont and the Sulky, and Step Up. He's not the worst in this. Scotty Phelan for the Telfer Garlic team. 2, 11, 9 and 3 for me. Thanks, Aaron. You've got around about 1 hour to the start of the Turbo Pick 6 tonight. Remember, 3 at Auckland, 3 at Addington. The first leg at 8:34 is race number 6 at Alexandra Park. The last 3 at Auckland, the last 3 at Addington tonight. It's been a little bit elusive last night. $85,000 was the payout for Cambridge, partially struck, but it had to be terminating. So big payout last night at Cambridge, and of course a couple of weeks ago it was paid on 5. So I don't think that'll happen tonight. A lot of short-priced favourites in pick 6 tonight, obviously. Hall of Fame at Addington. We've got the very short price Maiden Trotter on the last. I'm not sure if I'd be prepared to anchor that. Maybe on one ticket and pick up some savers on the other. And of course, Prince of Pops. Got the trot at Addington tonight, featuring the likes of 12 Monkeys. Phil's Gift, I think, will go a blinder there, along with Amaretto Sun, who was so good winning last start. You've got an hour to get involved into the Turbo Pick 6 tonight.
Superstar, the second line horses are Janet Guthrie, Nanochka, Spring Campaign and Rory McIlroy. Thanks, Craig. And the 1,700 metre contest, the 4th on the card, into the back. Pretty heavy rain now here at Alexandra Park. We're there in the Wish for Fish Charity Mobile Pace Field. The green lights are flashing. They're off Lincoln Superstar and Step Up Dory D. They get underway well. Jude's Gem comes forward. Janet Guthrie from the second line will end up 3 back the inside as Step Up's going to get across Lincoln Superstar. Followed by Spring Campaign and Shield Maiden. Getting back in the field is Rory McIlroy. Back there too is Savannah, and Nanochka is the last. The run off the gate in 6.2 seconds. Step Up leads. Coming forward is Jude's Gem on the outside. Lincoln Superstar, Lovely Drag in the trail. Shield Maiden, he comes forward out 3. Then Janet Guthrie 3 back on the inside. Dory D currently 1-1. Then Spring Campaign. Rory McIlroy look to come forward. David trying to flush something out ahead, and that being Spring Campaign not obliging at this stage. 30-1 the opening quarter. The last pair Nanochka and Savannah. 1,000 to go. Stables corner 1 and only time. And Step Up Scotty Phelan. Shield Maiden Park second. And Lincoln Superstar Philip Butcher with the race favourite with the gun run. In the 1-1 now is Jude's Gem. Back on the inside, Janet Guthrie. There followed by Dory Dean and Notchka. Spring Campaign. Rory McIlroy still back second last and a good 9 lengths off the lead. Savannah a length and a half off him. 32-1 the second quarter. Step Up through the back. Leads a length. Shield Maiden wanting to do Plenty Wrong sitting park for the Magic Man, Morris McKendry. In the meantime, Lincoln Superstar has the gun run. There followed 1-1 Jude's Gem, and back on the inside to Janet Guthrie. She's all dressed up, nowhere to go as Spring Campaign starts to come forward. Rory McIlroy onto the back of the second favourite. Dory D on the inside of that pair of paces. Nanochka Savannah, the last pair, 30 and 4 the back straight quarter. Wish for Fish Charity Pace, they come for home. And Step Up, whistling around runners as Spring Campaign. Lincoln Superstar for the passing lane. Shield Maiden, there followed by Jude's Gem and Rory McIlroy. Step Up, Shield Maiden, Spring Campaign wanting to get on one rein. Lincoln Superstar dashing on the passing lane. Step Up, he's stepping up to the mark tonight for Scotty. Will not relent, and Step Up, that's been a good win. Second, Shield Maiden. Photo between the stablemates. Third, Lincoln Superstar, maybe just over Spring Campaign. Janet Guthrie, Jude's Gem. They were followed by Rory McIlroy. Further back in the field was Savannah, Dory Dean and Notchka in 2:06, 27.1. 57.5 the last 800 metres. Came out of a real good 2-year-old race here back in the early part of July, and behind, Maiden was in behind Amar, and then came out and behind Urban Tiger Step Up. Was down to go in that 2-year-old race, but took the maiden option that night. It's always had a bit of ability, this Art Major filly, and she has shown that tonight. Shield Maiden, the beautifully bred Better's Delight filly. She's gone down bravely. She wanted to do plenty wrong sitting out park for the Magic Man. Been out of Alta Serena. You think she's only going to improve. Lincoln Superstar had every chance, as to Spring Campaign, who just wanted to get on one rein at the 120 there. Zach just straightening him up for that last 100-metre dash, but fourth will be its lot. And the Wish for Fish Charity Mobile Pace, nice win, Step Up.
Official placings, race 4, the Wish for Fish Charity Mobile Pace. 372 1169. 372 1169. Horse 3, Step Up, pace the 1700 metres in 2:06.01. Mile rate of 159.2. Last 857.5 and the 427.1. The margins are half neck, 1 3/4 lengths ahead. 372 1169. All official, race 4, Wish for Fish Charity Mobile Pace.
3 Step Up back at the head of the field. Stonewall Stud Limited and the Stonewall Fillies Syndicate number 9, the owners. A Art Major 2-year-old bay filly out of Dance Card. Stonewall Stud Limited, the breeders. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, Papakura, the trainers, and Scotty Phelan to come back at the head of the field. Nice win. Gutsy win it was. Bryce Deneen down there, part of the victory celebrations for the Wish for Fish Charity, and Murray Goldsworthy, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. 7 Shield Maiden, Better's Delight, Alta Serena Bay, 2-year-old filly for second, raced by JP, along with Mrs. M.E. and Mrs. P.C. Green, along with H.J. Green. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore. Morris McKendry in 2. Lincoln Superstar Mark 3 Bay, 2-year-old filly out of Claire de Lune for third. Lincoln Farms Limited, R.G. Fleming, Mrs. S.B. Fleming, Flood, Mrs. S. Flood, R.W. Green, and I.A. Middleton. Ray Green trained at Pukekohe, and Philip Butcher. Totes in the fourth, we'll see number 3 Step Up. Return $13.60 on the win totes, and for the place $3 even, $13.60 and 3. 7 Shield Maiden, $4.50, $4.50, and 2 Lincoln Superstar, $1.20, $1.20. Quinella, $94.10, $94.10. Trifecta, $531.10, $531.10, and the first 4, $3,286.10, $3,286.10. 10 and 3 in the double. Chevron's Easy into a Step Up, returns $95.30, $95.30, 10-7 Shield Maiden concession, $43.50, $43.50. First treble on the card tonight. 3 Hot Chocolate Tart, 10 Chevron's Easy, 3 Step Up, $2,690.40. $2,690.40. And the early quaddie 10 Mr. Euroman, 3 hot chocolate tart, 10 chevrons easy, and 3 step up returns $6,185.90, $6,185.90. First leg of the late quaddie and another double starts with the Sims Pacific Medals Handicap Trot. Should be a good race. Our feature trot on the card tonight, race 5. There are no scratchings, no driving changes. We get underway at 1 minute to 8 o'clock.
So she's done a great job. Not easy from the outside over the 1950, but she'll be right amongst this. Now, I suppose the likes of Stunning VC, who wasn't bad here last time, in behind Luciano, if it had got clear a little bit earlier, might have had a part to play. And Rockefeller was second to the Smart Hopes and Dreams at Forbury last time. So again, a first 4 Hope. And Mighty Flying Deal was okay here last time too. Ken and Tony Barron combine. Hearing through from Mark Jones, Mark McNamara, that his new stable star, if you like, in many ways, Whittaker, will have a run here next week, then have a spell and be set for the size. There was a little bit of thought about heading over for the Breeders' Crown, but he's a really talented horse and he made up a lot of ground today behind Pacing Major.
He did, didn't he? He was pretty green turning for home and then grabbed the bit on the straight and flew into second. So they're doing the right thing by the horse, and hopefully that'll, in seasons to come, he'll do the right thing by them. But he's certainly got the motor. That's why he was purchased for good money not too long ago. Coming forward for heat number 3 of the Macalodge train south of the Waitaki Series Mobile. Luciano, $3, first 4 to 31,500. We know there'll be a big influx by the time that closes. Got Adele on the gate. It's be Tony Barron's last. South of the Waitaki Series, Macalodge sponsored. He's on the move to Canterbury in the very near future. Green light is about to go. There it is, racing. Godadell was away well, so too Clifton Tactic, and Stunning VC's going to restrain. Franco Tyson going up wider out and 3 wide towards the first turn. Mr. Handelman in front of Rockefeller. Soapbox down on the inside from Mighty Flying Deal, Luciano and Vera's Delight the last 2. Franco Tyson pressing on, takes the lead off Godadell. 2 lengths away in third spot is Clifton Tactic, and running fourth the stablemate Stunning VC. Ahead away fifth, Mr. Handelman from Soapbox inside of Rockefeller. A length and a half to Mighty Flying Deal, Luciano and Vera's Delight. The lead time 23.1. Franco Tyson and John Dunn out by a length and a half. Leaders back running second. Got Adele thinking about leaving the trail. Dexter, he did. He went up to the wheel of Franco Tyson and goes to have a look for the lead, and it's going to be there for him. 2.5 lengths away third, Clifton Tactic. Inside of Mr. Handelman, parked again. Rockefeller's in the running line. Against the inside, Stunning VC from Mighty Flying Deal, Soapbox, Luciano and Vera's Delight. 31 first quarter, heat 3, Macalodge, train south of the Waitaki Series. 1,000 to go. Got Adele out by a length and a half over the now trailing Franco Tyson. Mr. Handelman back where he started from, parked again. Clifton Tactic fourth the inside. Ahead away fifth, Rockefeller from Mighty Flying Deal. On the outside of Stunning VC, then Luciano, Soapbox and Vera's Delight. 700 to go. Got Adele, a debut winner at Forbury Park. Leads by 2 lengths, Franco Tyson. Head away third, Mr. Handelman from Rockefeller. 3 back the inside, Clifton Tactic. Stunning VC follows the stablemate and inside of Mighty Flying Deal. Length and a half, Luciano, Soapbox, and last of all, Vera's Delight. Leader sneaks away. Second quarter, 30.6, 61.6 for the half. They run the quarter. Got Adele, leads back to a length and a half on Mr. Handelman. Rockefeller's a length and a half away. Third, Franco Tyson next. Then Mighty Flying Deal. Luciano's made some ground, but hard driven. Third quarter, 28.5. Got Adele, the leader. Half a length, Mr. Handelman. Rockefeller's wider out. Got Adele has it a neck. Mr. Handelman, Rockefeller. Rockefeller. Got Adele just in front. Mr. Handelman. Rockefeller, Luciano. New leader, Mr. Handelman. Luciano. Yes! Pavarotti got there. Luciano has nailed the stablemate, Mr. Handelman. Third's a photo. We've got Rockefeller. Got a deal. I think Vera's Delight will miss out, but it's not far away. Mighty Flying Deal was lurking behind them from Stunnin' VC, Franco Tyson, Clifton Tactic and Soapbox. Luciano, or Ricky May, is going to pay $3.30 and $1.60. Last quarter, 28.7, 158.8 the last mile. Now the miners, Mr. Handelman, number 6 at $3.60. And Rockefeller's gone very close to running third here. Vera's Delight might not miss out at all. It's right in this photo. Rockefeller, the 11, is at $4.20. Vera's Delight, the 9, at $2. And Got Adele's not far away at $1.70. We know Luciano's won. And the run for the Snowman continues. Mrs. Snow gets the lot. Megan McClellan. She's had as good a run as hubby has over the last couple of weeks. 8-1. What a tremendous finish it became. Dexter looked like he'd pinched it. Then he looked like he was going to be run down by Mr. Handelman, and he was. And then he was run down by Luciano. And I'm not real sure about third here, Greg. There's a lineup of 3 of them. Another great finish to the south of the Waitack.
Yeah, it's a terrific series, isn't it? Mr. Handelman had done all the work. Sam Otley for Brendan McClellan, but bang, over the top. Luciano, of course, Brendan suggesting the horse would get better with racing. Well, he's done that, isn't he? He's now won 3 on the bounce and deserves favouritism probably for the final next week. Big performance. Second up the line, Mr. Handelman. Got Adele's right there. That's right amongst it, as is Rockefeller and Vera's Delight, who's got a distinct chance in that final too, if she gets the right run. Judge's call. He's got his work cut out here, Mark Gallagher. We're 4 minutes away from a start in the 9th at Wanganui. We await that judge's call because the first 4 here ended up close to 40,000. So we want the judge's call. We need to get to Mark Rosanowski. And we might have to just come to you, Mark, because you have a pretty competitive 9th on your program.
Greg will keep an ear out, get that result through as quickly as we can. Yes, we do. 8 Hujan is the favourite. She is from the outside, which might be her downfall. She's also stepping up in class. Having said that, I've got her on top because she's so in the zone. I think she'll be okay. Jumping across them here. She had 2 box 8s back in November. She ran 4th, trying to angle across them, and then she fell, angling into her own trouble. This is the first leg of the quaddie, so we'll have a quick look through that. I thought the 8 was on top, definitely, but that you would need backup here because she's in the 8, and if she only jumped on terms with him, then there could be trouble ensuing. Off the inside as a Cash Queen, not the dog she was before a toe injury, but second off box 1 to Scooters Rose, 3 back. So probably needed, and 2 Botany Win crashed into as a Cash Queen last week, and he hasn't had a lot of luck his last 2. 3 back he was second to Corborn Rowan, so went 1, 2, 8. Leg 2, 1, 2 and 4. Flying Merkel off the inside. Shortest price favourite of the night. But do you like some others there? Miss Eldora, the Group 1 winner, and the Auckland Derby winner, Corborn Cooks. So 1, 2, 4. 1, 7, 8, leg 3. I think we have to go wide. Boston Lightning, box 1 bully, but missed the start off box 1 last week, went 3rd. The 7 Homebush Ramona not ideally drawn, but a lot of early speed to clear them, and the 8 Dream Zone downgrading. Tough leg that. Then I have spread them in the last leg with 1, 2, 3, 7 and 8. Went in this order 2, 3, 1, 8 and 7. I think it's a very tough race. The 7, the last one I included, is the favourite at fixed odds, Allegro Class, but we haven't seen him since mid-June, and he just hasn't been the dog he was for a good while now. However, they are persevering, the Ahern Kennel, and they wouldn't unless they thought that he could get him sorted. Now, we've got a dead heat for 3rd at Addington here. So 8 Luciano, the winner, 330, 160 and a great finish. 6 Mr. Handelman, 360, and the dead heaters, 3 Got Adele, $1, and a Rockefeller, the 11, 210. Quinella, 25.60. 2 trifectas, 863, 84.90, 8611, 241.30, and of course 2 first 4s. First of those, 8, 6, 3 and 11, $905.20. 8, 6, 11 and 3, $1,342.60. Double 1 and 8, $238.80. That's a fair double, isn't it? 1 and 6 concession, $307.10. Well, that's an amazing concession double. And the treble, 8, 1 and 8, $12,235.40. Of course, it was that $65 winner in the previous. So some extraordinary dividends out of Addington there. That's the 7th with the dead heat for 3rd. Wow. Now that, where are we? 10 to 8, so it's 8:34. I think